Hello, everybody. It is Joe. Today, I have shaved, but it's growing back, as you can see. And I'm deep in the consistency and persistence part of the entrepreneur's journey. I am reaching out every day to new clients. I am reaching out to gain new educational materials, new insights, learning more and more about the new income stream I'm pursuing, while still working diligently to attract people to the old one. I feel myself making a transition from a job that is more authority based to one that is less authority based. Moving from being a freelancer and being a person who works, for hire for other people, who has a lot of freedom, but is still in that employer. I said that wrong. The duality. I'm trying to say there's a duality and a power dynamic um, between the people who employ me and myself. In fact, I said it right the first time and then second guessed it and screwed it all up. But the point is this. Um, we see a dynamic, many people see a dynamic between themselves and me when they hire me to do things. And I have a very low tolerance for power imbalances, especially the ones that put me on the lower end of the totem pole. And that drives me forward. That is a driving force in my life. Wanting to be free, wanting to be equal to other people. Other people are welcome to be equal to me. If they're comfortable being less than me, I can try to rise them up um, and help them from where they're at. But I don't tolerate people being more than me. That's probably why I live in the woods, because out here it's just me. There's no one else to try to be in competition with. Um, though I do compete, in other parts of my day, and I do rise up to really be equals with everyone. Even if there's someone who's at a further down the path than I am, I respect that, but at the same point, I don't see them as innately better than me or someone new who's just starting out, may do wonderful things that I'll never reach in their life. So, because of all that, I never say that someone is more or less than another innately. Um, but we are at different parts in our paths, and I look to gain information from people who have more knowledge than me and hope to share what I have with other people. With all of you guys, I'm aiming for more of an equals thing where I'm sharing what's happening in my life. I'm sharing what I'm learning on a daily basis in the hopes that it will, help you guys and, you can help me, that we can share back and forth the practical little things that help people like us. But yes, I am continually moving from job to job, uh, finding a foothold and then moving on, looking for things that allow me to be myself, that don't participate in that kind of pyramid of careers that we have, where there's a whole lot of people at the bottom supporting some people on their shoulders, and then those people are supporting a few more on their shoulders, etc., etc. Um, we have this status ladder pyramid in our society, and it's fucked. We're all the same, and we're all different and beautiful versions of the same thing. And unfortunately, status is deep within us. Um, People who have status, whether that's through career, whether that's through beauty, whether that's through social standing, through money, family connections, all the different things that create status and privilege. Well, those are things that we need in order to fit in with other people who value those things. And that's the trick. We want to fit into the group. We want to be loved by people. We want to be accepted and appreciated and valued by other people. That's part of our nature, and other people value status. And then, of course, we do it to them. We're not just victims. We value other people with high status. We seek out attractive mates. We seek out successful friends. Some of us seek out successful mates and attractive friends. Who knows? But I don't know whether I want to escape it, whether I want to find a way to succeed within it that feels right. Running away from everybody because everybody is chasing status. Is that appropriate? Is working within the pyramid and competing to move up, is that appropriate? There seems like there should be a third path here. Maybe it's a combination of those two. Maybe it's something completely different. But I want to achieve. I want to do things that give me better interactions with people, because that's what it is. If you have a lot of money, people will give you things like food and shelter and luxuries and blah, blah, blah. You can attract certain mates. If you have great social skills, you can connect better with people, create alliances. If you have, great beauty, on the surface, you can attract people who like that. If you have a great personality deeper down, you can attract people who like that. We all want to attract each other. We all want to be on that top of being valued by a lot of people. The trick is, of course, valuing those people back. If you're on the top of a pyramid of a bunch of people who you don't value, but they value you because they feel that they have to, that's not a stable system. That's going to flip. The pyramid will fall down, one of them will rise up to the top, and then people will resent them. That's not healthy. So I'm really looking for a way for myself to move forward into a way that I can really connect with people and feel valuable to other people and enjoy being part of a community and enjoy being loved and valued by people. I mean, that's just what I want because I'm human. At the same point, I want to find a way to do it that's right for me and right for the world. And that's why I talk with you. This certainly doesn't pay me any money, but it makes me very happy to speak with you guys and to be as real as I can every day. To share with a small group of people my daily thoughts, my daily growth, in the hopes that it'll help you guys, and that your interactions with me, comments, questions, sharing knowledge and wisdom you have, that you can maybe say something that'll be the missing piece in what I was thinking of today, just as I hope I can do that for you. So yeah, I think that's what we're all seeking. We're all seeking to be part of something. I felt that at some times in my life through music. I fell into at least one very large and positive community, which felt really good. I eventually left that community, in part because I didn't feel I fit anymore like I used to, that I had grown to a point where I needed to strike out on my own and not compete with the others in that group. And I think that's natural. I think we form tribes, and then, potential tribal leaders split off in different directions and create their own. I think that's natural. And I certainly love the people that I ran up against during that time, because I did feel at home in their community. So, yeah, work. I want to do work that helps me rise up. I want to put everything I have into my next step. I see a final or an ultimate step of being able to talk like this for real with people, of being able to explore the ways that intimacy can break what we think the laws of physics are and show us what they really are. You know, break us through to a greater perception of what's really out there. I think I used the example of radio waves existing long before we discovered them, and they've been there all along. And how many other things are there right now that we haven't yet discovered? But we see inklings, we see them in use, we see them in practice, we see them happening around us in odd ways and at odd times, and though we may not approach them yet scientifically, we can still experience them and nurture them, and bridge that gap between hard science and complete speculation, that in-between land where the explorations that we do enlighten or inspire a scientist to maybe check them out, to show what was right and wrong about our speculations. That we, as experiencers of life, are scientists in a way, though people like me are more on the edge of let's see what's out there than people who say, I see this thing, it might be true, let's see if we can prove it or not. I think that there's a whole spectrum of people who are far out on the edge, willing to be wrong, jumping into the abyss, and scientists who are willing to be wrong on their level, saying, okay, I've got this thing, I'm going to test it and see if any of my hypotheses are right or wrong. I think that's true for everybody. I think I just heard a creature. Maybe not. Maybe it was just a twig falling in the woods. Anyway, I want you all to know that I'm with you. I'm here making videos and putting them out for you on a pretty regular basis. Even when I feel in the middle of something, that I feel that I'm making progress because I'm still doing it, I'm making progress because I'm still learning about it, but I haven't seen tangible results. That's where I'm at right now. On days like this, I sometimes don't create videos. On days like this, I sometimes don't, find something deep in myself that I'm excited to give you guys, or some realization that I'm excited to give you guys. Right now, it's about moving forward. It's about continuing on a good path. It's about continuing on a gamble and a risk that I'm taking to start a new income stream. Like I said, I'm motivated by having more freedom than I do in my previous job, which has more freedom than the last and more than the last. It's been going on my whole life. And I have faith in myself that, I have jumped into things before and put everything I had into them, and they've paid off. And that my intuition for which things to jump into is pretty good. I've experienced setbacks. I've experienced changes in my plan. That was a good one. And I've experienced all kinds of turns in the road, hills and valleys. As a cyclist, hills and valleys are very important to me. But you know what? It's all good. I know that I'm heading towards the ultimate place where in my day I can wake up and just work on speaking genuine with skill and kindness to other people, speaking true, receiving from my experience, my inner self, and everything else around me, questions and answers I can share with people, And like I said, using that depth and that love of wisdom to connect with people in an intimate way, and use that combination of intellectual and spiritual and physical intimacy to, break the bonds of physics, break what we thought we were capable of, and show that there's more. Begin to prove, as a scientist of experience. Um, I'm not a trained scientist. Maybe I'll work with some someday and collaborate. That would be fun. But I just have an inner knowing of certain things that are true that I want to realize in the world. And then we can work to study them as we unearth them. So, yeah. I want you guys to know I'm there. I want you guys to know that I'm here experiencing life, moving ahead, even when I don't have some meditation or yoga or personal habit or this or that technique to share with you. That what I have for you is me. Me who could use a haircut and another shave. Me who is going back into town right now to keep plugging away at a new income stream, at a new type of job that has had one little success, and also the success that I've been able to keep it up every day. And that, I think, is maybe what I'm trying to tell you today, is that just staying at something that you feel drawn towards, that you feel is your next step. Like I said, I feel that, marketing things, selling things, doing commerce online is a great way for a traveler like me to make money without living in this freelance, I'll do work for you, but I have to treat you like a boss kind of mentality. I'm very, very, very grateful for the clients that I have who don't treat me that way, who treat me as an equal with a different set of skills than what they have, or as someone, on a path leading to where they are, who isn't there yet, but is a valuable person. The people who treat me with dignity, when they have the opportunity to leverage my desire for work into some kind of power trip, the people who don't do that, I really value. And I hope that in my life I interact with everyone who I have a chance of power tripping on without doing it. That's really one of the greatest things we can do, is simply treating everyone as valuable without competition. That's what creates tribes. And people who lead communities and lead tribes, well, they make everyone feel valuable and everyone feel a part of the tribe. They make everyone feel that they could someday become, a respected high member leader of a group, that they're on their path and that we're watching them and we're loving them as they grow, and that we want them to come up and be a valuable person, that we want them to be a person who can give a lot to the group and be rewarded for that. We want them to have the same experiences that we do. So, regardless of where we are, it's all about acting in dignity, acting in respect for ourselves and everyone else. I only accept work from people who treat me well. I know that, allowing people to power trip on me isn't healthy. I've, turned away clients who wanted to give me money so I could survive, but wanted to behave in a way that hurt me. And I just don't do it. I am very sensitive to these issues because of my childhood, the way I was raised. I had enough of authority as a young person for my whole life. I'm pretty much done with that experience. And that's funny. When we have business dealings, Some people feel that part of the transaction is this kind of vague thing where, yes, I'm paying you to do a task, but I'm also going to do these other things, for my own enjoyment or pleasure, and you're just going to have to put up with them. I'm sure I've done it to other people. It's not just other people doing it to me. The world is a big place, and we've all pushed and pulled each other in a lot of different ways. I'm not judging the people that do this. I'm simply cleaning up that side of my life and only allowing people who treat me right into my world. And working more on myself each day as I reach out to new people and make new friends and connect with people. I look at how I can just love them, connect with them, take the lead. I reach out to a lot of people who wouldn't have reached out to me if I didn't say hello. Take the lead without taking the power. I think that's the trick. So maybe that'll be the theme for this video when I post it up on YouTube. I don't know. If anything, I just feel in the middle of things. I wish that things would move faster, but I know that they're working at a perfect speed. I don't want success if it's going to be false success. If I just get lucky in my new business and then don't learn important things that I need to learn in order to grow big, I might just be that person who got lucky a couple times and then chased those things that weren't real or never got to a greater level because I was stuck at a lower level. I know that I'm learning exactly what I need to learn. I know that everything that's happening is happening for me, not to me, which is an idea I got from Brandon Beecham on his Positive Heads podcast, which took me a while to wrap my head around, but now I really like it. So, going into town, I'm going to keep doing what I do every day. I'm going to keep moving ahead, and I know that maybe today, maybe a month from now, a year from now, I don't know, I will learn what I need to move on to the next step. And ultimately on to the last step. By last, I mean a grand career, a grand lifestyle that I won't need to change from. I might change within it, but not from it. And that will involve more courage. That'll involve more lightness and happiness than even what I have now. It's what I'm building towards. I love to do new things. I love to move ahead. And I know that when I taste that first bit of success, when I taste that first bit of, wow, I'm really able to be myself fully, explore the things I want to explore, enjoy the things I want to explore in my work, and get all the rewards I want to get. When I get that first tiny taste of it, even if it's just a fraction of 1% of what I need financially to survive or what I need emotionally to be happy, just a little taste of that, I know moves me on. I felt those things. I felt those moments where I could feel myself really growing in the skills that I need to develop. Often those are social skills, but as I feel those things developing, it's like, wow, I am one step closer to really being able to work intimately and truly with people on a very fundamental level and help people and help myself, of course, but also just experience being in that moment, which is its own reward. And I can have both. I can have that and financial rewards. I can have spiritual enlightenment and realization and indulge myself with attractive mates. I can have lots of friends who love me and I love them. And I see it all coming. And I know that just walking and walking and walking the path is the way. So, I have faith in myself, I have faith in you. I know I'm headed in the right direction towards what I ultimately want. And I've tried to lay that out here for myself. And maybe for you, maybe if you feel me laying out what I really want, where I'm at, how I see myself getting there, and maybe all the surprises along the way of how I'm actually going to get there, maybe that'll inspire you too. I hope so. So, watch the videos, watch me grow, and we'll all get there together. Share your stories and connect with me and each other via joeneely.net/community. You can now actually go to the joeneely.net homepage and find a community menu item. I played around with the website for a minute and figured out how to do that, so it's a little easier to find community now. Whether you want to type that into the browser or just go to joeneely.net and look for the community tab at the top of the page. So, like I said, little steps, tiny steps, logistical, in the real world steps towards love, community, value, acceptance, intimacy, and growth, and realization of the divine in all of us. So, that's it. That's my menu. It's a big one, and I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you all very soon. Love you very, very much.